I'm pretty sure I was confusing the fuck out of it when I was trying to do the settings. So what I had to do to get it all working is I had to go into I had to go back into my settings in my BIOS, switch everything back to auto from the PPT changes that I'd made, and the downvolt and the downclock and everything. And I had to leave it all on auto, and then I had to use Ryzen Master to do it. It's really weird. I find it really weird having to use software to do something that I should be able to do in the BIOS. Well, whatever. So I turned individual clock overboost back on. So it's got everything set to auto settings, running XMP profile with the overclocking boost, with the all the settings as normal, basically. So it can overclock as it wishes. And now it's adjusting the clock speed. I went back into the power settings and I changed the power settings from 0 to 100. I had to do quite a bit of stuff to get this working, so bear with me. Is it streaming? God, I don't even know. Yes, it's streaming. So I had to change everything back to auto. I had to do it using Ryzen Master. So what I did was I created a profile. I changed the PPT to the lowest possible value. And I also, the one setting I changed in BIOS was I changed performance boost to advanced. And then I changed the max temp before throttling to 90 degrees. And now it's sitting at 90 and 91 degrees at max clock. So like it's clocking up and down as it normally does. So it's hit max of 4,325, a min of 2425. CPU usage is spiked at most at 77%, and it's sitting dead on 91 degrees. Got the temperature readout that's in here. It's sitting pretty much spot on 90 degrees. Peak speed's hitting, like, from all active cores, is like at about 3 gigahertz or so. It's using 94%, 95% of that 71 watt PPT. That's optimized as fuck. Our cores are pulling 1.04 voltage, but it's sitting right on 9.1, so I can't complain. I've got the game loaded. I'm in game. It's a single player, like solo. But that shit is smooth. Are there any issues with my stream? 0 drop frames. Yeah. Right. So that's the fix. That's how you do it. If you're running an AMD CPU and you're having overheating problems, you got to get Ryzen Master. Set everything in your BIOS to auto. Lower your max temp limit after setting performance overboost to advanced. Lower your max temp to 90. Go into the Ryzen Master and set your PPT value here to the lowest possible number. And you don't lose much performance. What am I getting? Perf overlay. I'm getting pretty much solid grey numbers on the CPU. It's dropping occasionally to red, but not that much. That's the best result I've had so far. It's solid stuck at 90. So before where it was where the temperature was going down like above 90, even though I had the 90 limit set, it's because it was completely ignoring it. I don't know why, but if you change the PPT setting in BIOS, it will not respect the maximum temp. It throws it out the window. It should grey that field out when you make that selection. So there you go. Hope that helps someone. I'll clip that later and upload that as like an individual upload. But that's insane. Like, that works. CPU is only pulling 33 watt. SoC is taking 21. So it's still running my all my NVMe SSDs and stuff perfectly fine. They're using nearly more power than the CPU is. Can't believe this. Let's see what it's like in multiplayer. Depending on what it's like in multiplayer, I might bump up the It is definitely running at a lower clock though. It is absolutely running at a lower clock to maintain that temperature. But at least we figured out what clock it is. It's about 35, 34. Let's see what it's like in multiplayer.
If we don't stop them, they'll take every sector.
Yeah, it's a little bit jerky.
They've just taken Sector Delta.
Just a little bit. I might be able to fix that by increasing the value though. So if I go into the PPT now and I increase that to say 90? Oh god, I hit the wrong button. Yeah, so it's actually purely limiting, and it's respecting the limit now, instead of disrespecting it. It's playable. It's not perfect. So the only place where you can change that is in BIOS. You can't change that in-game. So it's actually not doing anything. It's just like thermal throttling at that temp. So what? Wow, that's going way down in mid gameplay. But the CPU usage is going up to like max 94 now. So it's using all my cores. It's forcing it to use all my cores. Whereas before it wasn't.
They're attacking one of our objectives.
Let's see if that's affecting my stream. Stream quality is good. video card usage are we getting? My video card temp is nice. It's not high at all. I still might do a bit more experimenting. I'll increase that limit to 93 degrees. And I'll try running my encoder. Because what the stream is pulling right now, that's probably pulling... Well, it's only pulling 2.5%. It's because the CPU that I've got's got its own... That's insane. What, my stream's only pulling 2.5%? That's encoding at that speed? Okay. That's a successful test, I think. But it's still a bit too jerky for my liking. Alright, I'll be back.